A efficient data preparation can lead to a machine learning model which becomes an asset for you. However, a bad data preparation can lead to a machine learning model which is just a garbage. Simplify, clean, and explainability. These are the three golden rules for efficient data preparation which I will demonstrate in this video. Now this demo which I'll show you is also available on my platform experiencedatascience.com. You can also try it out. No coding is required and you can also work with your own data. So my friends, let's get started, but do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the video. In this video, we'll be working with a data set from telecommunication company. The data has got customer ID, the demographic details, services which are used by the customer, as well as the billing details. It also has got a column churn, indicating if the customer has churned or no. A 1 indicates that the customer has left the company and 0 indicates that the customer is still with the company. And the objective is to develop a machine learning model to predict the customer churn. The machine learning task is to use various columns to predict the churn value. So let's first start with a wild west approach, and we will skip the data preparation step and directly make the machine learning model. So here is the model based on the XGBoost algorithm. We get an accuracy of 82%, which is not bad. However, can we improve this by doing data preparation? Let us find out, my friends. Now, let us first start with some descriptive statistic about the data. Descriptive statistics allows us to better understand the data, which will help us to determine the data preparation rules we need to apply. And let us first start with the descriptive statistic for numerical columns. So in this visualization, you have the numerical columns such as the senior citizen, the tenure, the monthly charges, total charges, and the churn. For each numerical column, we have the various descriptive statistics such as the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum value, the percentile values at 25, 50, and 75, as well as the maximum value. You'll observe that the tenure and the total charges have a value of 0. Now this means that the data is not clean because it is not possible to have tenure and total charges as 0. So we need to clean the data by removing the 0 values. Now let us see the descriptive statistic for categorical or the non-numerical columns. So here is a visual for each non-numerical columns, and it shows different non-numerical values which are contained in that column. And we can observe that customer ID has got lot of different values. So we can simplify the model by completely removing the customer ID from the model training. You can also observe that the phone service has got two values, yes and no. And then in the multiple lines, there are three values, no, yes, and no phone service. In fact, if someone doesn't have a phone service, we can say that they do not have multiple lines. So we can simplify and we can merge the no phone service and no multiple lines into one. So coming back to our golden rules, we simplify by removing the customer ID. We clean the data by removing the records which have 0 value in tenure and in total charges. And we will increase the model explainability by merging multiple lines equal to no and multiple lines equal to no phone service into multiple lines equal to no. Alright, so now let us again train our machine learning model and see if there is any improvement. Drum beats please. The accuracy is 84%. We have gone from previous 82% to 84%. And this can translate into huge value as the telecommunication companies have millions of customers. Now, let me show you on how you can access this demo using my website experiencedatascience.com. So now we are on the platform experiencedatascience.com, and you will be able to find this demo over here under these three golden rules for data preparation. and let me go ahead and select the demo. Now here you'll see this data set on telco customer churn, and if you want, you can also upload your own data using this add button. But for the moment, let me go ahead and set up this data set. So the data set is now set up. So let me go ahead and select it. And here you'll see multiple tabs. And let me first start by displaying the data. Now a tip for you that you can always hover over the tip button and you'll know what to do at each step. So let me first of all just select all the columns to display and execute this analytics. All right, so the analytics is now executed and I see that this particular data has got all the customer details which I've explained to you earlier. All right, so let us now go to the descriptive statistic and let us first start by the descriptive statistic for the numerical columns. So here I will select all the columns. I do not know which is numeric or not numeric, but then here I'll just select column type as numeric, and in this case it is just going to give us the descriptive statistic for the numerical data. Alright, so here I see my visualization for the numerical data, and I can now do the same thing for the categorical data by selecting the column type as categorical, and let us now re-execute this analytics. And now you will see the descriptive statistic for the categorical data which I have shown you earlier. All right, let us now go ahead and delete the rows. So here we are going to delete the rows which has got 0 in tenure and total charges. So I'm going to select the tenure and total charges as indicated by the tip. Now what I want to do is I want to delete data rows with fixed values, and this fixed value is equal to 0. And more importantly, I'm also going to save this data set so that I can reuse it for my further analytics. Data is now available and the lines with 0 tenure and 0 total charges have been deleted. So let us now go to the next step, which is creating the new columns. We are going to simplify by merging columns on the phone lines. But first of all, as it is indicated over here, we need to change our data set so that we use the data set which was output of the deletion operation. So let me go ahead and refresh all the different data sets which I have. And as you will see that in addition to this telco churn data set, I have a new data set which corresponds to the output of the deletion operation. So let me go ahead and select this, and let us now create new columns, and we are going to keep this name of the new column as multiple lines as indicated here by the tip. I will also create this new column using a formula. So I will click on the formula, and this particular formula will be multiple lines if multiple lines equal to yes, else no. So what does this mean? That our new column, which is multiple lines new, will be equal to multiple lines if multiple lines is equal to yes, otherwise it will be no. So for example, if the multiple lines has got a value such as no phone service, in fact it will be just no. All right, so let us go ahead and save also the output of this data set and execute this. Right, so now my results are there, and I can see that if I had no phone service in multiple lines, it is now converted to multiple lines new equal to no. Right, so the formula has been effective and a new column has been effectively created. Now let us go ahead and do the machine learning model training. So let me now go ahead and change the data set so that I use the data set which was generated in the previous step, which is over here. And let me go ahead and select it. And now we are into the machine learning step. So let me go ahead and select all the columns except customer ID, except the churn, because this is what we are going to predict, and it says that instead of multiple lines we should go ahead and select multiple lines new. So I'm going to deselect the multiple lines and instead keep the multiple lines new selected. Right, so here is the y, which is the target, and this is equal to churn. And here is my numeric columns, how I want to scale it. I will use a standard scaler. I will also use one hot encoder for my non-numerical columns. And then as this is an XGBoost algorithm, I need to enter the depth of the tree, and it is suggesting to enter 5. So I will enter 5. For the performance metrics, because this is a classification problem like predicting churn and not a churn, we will select the model metrics to be ROC, AUC, and the cross-validation strategy will be threefold, as well as the test size, we can keep it as 30%. And let us go ahead and also execute this analytics. Right, so here I now have the confusion metrics which I have shown you earlier. Alright my friends, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the video, and see you soon in another exciting video.